Are you paralyzed by your own potential? We are told we can be anything we want, but trying to be everything is exactly why you feel stuck. Today, we are going to stop the possibility paralysis. We are going to look at your life through the tree of possibilities. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to reframe the past and build the future you want. Life as we experience is the result of circumstances in which we were born and the sequence of choices we made in the past. As we look into the future, we all want to live a full life, but we often cannot have everything. Making choices to pursue an objective also means we are giving up others. I'm going to divide this video into two sections, conquering the past and building your future. So let's dive in. Conquering your past. Why is it important for you to look into your past? So that we can own the present, a condition to intentionally build a future. Just last week, I spoke at a conference and had to introduce myself to the audience of young entrepreneurs. When telling their own story, most people are haunted by the victim's narrative. They say, I don't have the network. I didn't go to the right school. My parents didn't give me what I needed. My circumstances limited me. Stop. That's not a useful story. I could very easily tell my personal story using the victim's narrative. I was born in a poor suburb in Brazil, and most of my elementary school friends did not have access to basic sanitation. But the story I told at the conference was the hero's version of the same story. My humble beginnings forced me to develop discipline and resilience, and with that, I eventually got an unlikely engineering degree and moved to Silicon Valley to have a role during the beginning of the internet. And my most recent corporate job was as a senior technology executive at Google. Same facts, different power. You cannot build a future on a past for which you haven't yet claimed ownership. This is not about revising the past, but reframing it to take responsibility and remove blame on external factors. So, create the habit of telling your story to yourself and to others, no matter how impressive it is. Once you own the present, you are ready to dream a bright future, which is what we're going to discuss next. Building your future. When you look at the tree of future possibilities, it is important for you to know you can be anything you want, but not everything at the same time. To go beyond what you get living in autopilot, you need to adopt a growth mindset and actively pursue a future that inspires you. That is what we call strategic thinking. Visualize a better future, set goals and a plan, and then act on it. In the book Designing Your Life, Bill Burnett and Dave Evans share a framework for thinking about the future. They suggest thinking over a 5-year horizon and consider 3 alternatives. Number 1, the expected path. What happens if you keep the current trajectory? The best case scenario is some variation of going to school, finding a job, getting married, making enough to retire, and dying peacefully. That's not good enough. Number 2, the alternative path. Think of pivots you can make. What happens if you imagine a future, set a plan, and take action? Set a life path that's not only better in outcome, but that will keep you inspired and motivated along the way. And number 3, the wild card path. Think, why not? As we explore the tree of possibilities in life, we occasionally take the wrong branch, admit the mistake, and move on to a new branch without regret, even if that means taking a step back. While we live the past once, the future is always open to reinvention. Make it a habit to take time for reflection and make sure you don't miss an important branch in the tree of possibilities. The hard truth. Here's the hard truth. No one is keeping score. Your parents, your former classmates, your LinkedIn connections, they aren't thinking about your success as much as you fear they are. You are the only one who has to live in your skin. So stop comparing your roots to someone else's branches. You are accountable only to yourself. So as much as you can, free yourself from judgment and social constraints and dare to dream the life you want to pursue. At the end, there is no scorecard. Your trajectory is unique. While I encourage you to talk with trusted mentors who have explored different branches of the tree, the specific path you take doesn't really matter as long as you're inspired exploring it. Just to summarize, you cannot dream a future without owning the present. I have shared storytelling with you as a tool to find a personal identity that's accountable, resilient, and optimistic. Building a future that goes beyond the expected path imposed by external factors requires strategic thinking, planning, and moving into action. I hope this discussion has given you the motivation to do it. Don't forget to subscribe and check the CareerZ Cast channel for video content on related topics. Since you are thinking about life paths, watch the videos about the trap of comparison and living the hero's journey in your career. I am Marcio, this is CareerZ Cast, and I see you in the next episode.